Senior Days are yearly pregame events where teams recognize and celebrate the seniors who've dedicated the last 4 years to their team. Bridgewater Football is planning to do just that on November 15th, where they were set to host Guilford College for the last game of the season. In just a split second, that moment was taken away from this year's seniors. Guilford College was forced to forfeit their final game against Bridgewater because of a post-game altercation with Averett University. According to the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, Bridgewater and Roanoke College were allowed to play an exhibition game if both teams agree, but Roanoke College declined. Bridgewater football player Tate Leach says the team was shocked to hear the news.
But we didn't think it was going to be that serious. And then when we found out that we weren't having a game for our senior day, it was definitely like a shock and sadness.
According to ABC 13 News, a brawl between Guilford and Averett took place after the November 8th game, resulting in both programs and the Old Dominion Athletic Conference agreeing to terminate the rest of their seasons. Leach said the coaches and senior players met to discuss the next steps in hopes of finding another opponent.
Just trying to find any way that we could have another game, like one last game for our schedule if it was kind of not having like a senior day here and going playing somewhere else, or being able to find a team that would come here.
Instead of letting the season end on a canceled game, the team chose to turn it into an opportunity. They organized a crimson versus white matchup, splitting the roster into two teams. Throughout the season, Bridgewater football is helped by two senior student assistants, Dustin Veach and Tyler Willett. In response to the unusual and abrupt ending of the season, Veach and Willett drafted teams for the scrimmage and were given head coach titles for the game. Veach said it was his first time having the head coaching title, and he felt the players responded well with a competitive week during practice.
It was a cool way to celebrate senior night. I thought the whole week was competitive. It was fun.
Veach said it was quite different being the guy calling the offensive plays for his team instead of his normal duty of hosting recruits on game days, and it was a heavy responsibility.
There's a lot more to manage. It's not just calling plays. It's seeing what hash you're on, what guys need to get on the field, how many guys have played, who else needs to play. There's a lot of responsibilities that go into it that it's too much for just one person to do without all the assistants.
Likewise, Willett said it was his first time having the head coaching title, and while he enjoyed having the title, it brought a lot of nerves.
It was a good tag to have, but I don't know, it made me kind of nervous.
Willett said he was able to do more as a coach for this game than his regular responsibilities, including calling the defensive plays and being in control of managerial aspects that usually defensive coordinators and head coaches are responsible for.
I ended up calling the defense for my team, which was a big step up from what I was doing before. Just being in control, like timeouts, whether or not to go for it on fourth down, just having like those managerial aspects of the game instead of just doing what I was doing earlier, which was helping out the D-line.
Although this was a big opportunity for the young coaches, the seniors were happy to still have a day of which they were honored. Senior linebacker Aaron Nice said although at first he was not excited to play against his own team, playing against his roommates and other friends made it an enjoyable experience.
My roommates, to play against him, who's coaching, and play against my other teammates. It made it pretty competitive, just so we could have bragging rights against each other after the game, and it ended up being a lot of fun.
For BC Voice, this is Bryce Harrison. Thank you for listening.